General Hospital spoilers update for Wednesday, May 6th suggests Port Charles is still one of the most dangerous places on daytime TV. Things are heating up fast, and I don't think anyone is walking into this episode with clean hands or a calm heart. Sonny has a warning for Ethan. Dante may hear something troubling from Liz. Jordan gets support from Curtis, and Tracy could be cooking up a plan that is bad news from the jump. Port Charles is getting hot again. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Port Charles never lets anybody breathe for more than 5 minutes. Just when one secret starts to settle, another one pops up, like a bad penny. Wednesday's episode looks like it could bring more pressure, more suspicion, and more people making choices they may regret by dinner. The biggest vibe right now is danger. Not just mob danger, not just family drama danger. I mean the kind of danger where one wrong sentence can wreck a marriage, expose a secret, or put someone directly in the line of fire. And honestly, that's classic General Hospital. Sonny sees through Ethan's game. Let's start with Sonny, because when Sonny Corinthos gets suspicious, everybody should probably take a step back. Ethan seems to be trying to drive a wedge between Sonny and Rick. That alone is a bold move. Messing with Sonny's relationships is one thing, but messing with Sonny's life and organization, that is next level risky. From what it looks like, Sonny catches on pretty quickly. He's not the kind of man who sits around while someone plays little mind games in his backyard. Sonny likely realizes Ethan is trying to stir the pot, and he gives him a warning. And when Sonny gives a warning, it's not small talk. It's not, hey, buddy, cut it out. It's more like, you're about to find out why people don't test me. I don't see Sonny just letting Ethan walk all over his world. That's not his style. He has spent way too many years building power, loyalty, and fear around his name. Ethan may think he has a clever angle, but Sonny has seen every kind of con in the book. Still, here's where it gets tricky. Sonny's warning could possibly make things worse. Ethan may not back down. In fact, if he realizes he can't manipulate Sonny directly, he may switch tactics fast. That's what makes this whole thing feel dangerous. Ethan may have come in with one plan, but now that Sonny is on alert, he could pivot to something sneakier. Are Ethan and Sidwell working together? This is where I'm side-eyeing the situation hard. It seems like Ethan and Sidwell could be operating as some kind of team, but I'm not fully sold yet. There's enough smoke to make me wonder, but not enough fire to say it for sure. If Ethan and Sidwell are connected, that could explain why Ethan is pushing buttons so aggressively. Maybe he's not just acting on impulse. Maybe there's a bigger play happening behind the scenes. But I'm keeping one foot on the brake here. General Hospital loves making something look obvious right before flipping the table. So, yes, Ethan and Sidwell may be linked. Yes, it seems like they could be working toward the same goal. But until the show makes it clear, I'm treating it as a strong possibility, not a fact. Either way, Sonny is not the guy you want as an enemy. Ethan may be about to learn that the hard way. Dante and Liz may have a serious conversation. Elsewhere in Port Charles, Dante could have a conversation with Liz, and I'm already curious about what that talk might involve. There are a few possible directions here. One possibility is that they discuss Drew's issues and Willow's secret. That whole mess has been sitting there like a ticking time bomb, and if Dante gets pulled closer to it, things could start moving quickly. Another possibility is that Liz knows something else entirely. Maybe it connects to Nathan, Lulu, and Rocco. That would open a whole different emotional lane, especially for Dante. What matters most is this. Liz may give Dante a warning. And I don't think Dante ignores warnings easily, especially when they come from someone like Liz. She's not the type to throw drama around for fun. If she warns him, There's probably a reason. Dante may begin investigating after their conversation, and that could put him on a path he didn't expect. He's a cop, sure, but he's also deeply tied to these people. That always makes things messier. When Dante investigates in Port Charles, it's rarely just business. It usually turns personal real quick. Curtis comforts Jordan after everything she's been through. Now, let's talk about Curtis and Jordan, because this part feels more emotional but still very connected to the bigger mystery. Curtis reassures his ex-wife after what Jordan has been through. And honestly, Jordan needs that. She has been carrying a lot, and her anger is understandable. It also seems like Curtis may have a reason for bringing a guest to the Savoy. That appearance could be part of his effort to calm Jordan down or redirect the situation. Maybe he knows she needs a break from the rage. Maybe he knows she needs information. Possibly both. I like this angle because Curtis is not just standing around. He seems to be trying to help Jordan while also staying focused on the bigger question. Who caused the accident? That investigation looks like it's still picking up speed. Curtis and Jordan may continue pushing to find out who was responsible, and I don't blame them one bit. A hit and run is not something people just shrug off in Port Charles, especially when the truth could destroy someone's reputation or expose a much bigger cover-up. Turner may go to Sonny for advice. Turner could also seek out Sonny for advice, and that is an interesting choice. It seems like Turner is starting to suspect that the person behind the accident and the escape from the scene may be a respected doctor. That's a heavy suspicion. We're talking about someone who is supposed to save lives, not cause chaos, and run from the consequences. The issue for Turner may not be just what they suspect. It may be whether the suspicion is fair, useful, or even safe to follow. That's where Sonny comes in. Sonny has lived in the criminal world for decades. He understands guilt, cover-ups, pressure, fear, and how people act when they are hiding something. Turner may believe Sonny can read the situation in a way others can't. Now, would I call Sonny the safest advice giver in town? Not exactly. But would I call him experienced? Absolutely. Sometimes in Port Charles, the person with the darkest past is the one who can see the truth the clearest. That's why Turner turning to Sonny actually makes sense, even if it feels a little wild. Laura faces a meeting she never wanted. Laura also has an unexpected meeting, and this one sounds uncomfortable from the start. The person she meets could possibly be an enemy. It could also possibly be Nathan. Either way, the key detail is that Laura does not want this meeting to happen. That tells me the conversation may bring tension, shock, or a truth Laura would rather avoid. Laura is strong, but even she has limits. When she's forced into a meeting she never asked for, I expect her to stay composed on the outside while calculating every word on the inside. This could be one of those scenes where the room feels quiet, but the stakes are loud. I love those moments on General Hospi because Laura knows how to hold power without shouting. She can make a simple look feel like a warning shot. Tracy's bad idea could explode. And then there's Tracy. Whew. Tracy may be heading straight into bad decision territory. She could possibly want to take the blame for the accident in Brooklyn's place. That would be dramatic enough on its own. But there's another possibility that may be even worse. Tracy may think about setting up Chase so he takes the fall instead. That is a terrible idea. Like, ma'am, please step away from the scheme. Chase is Brooklyn's husband. Even if Tracy thinks she is protecting Brooklyn, framing Chase would be a whole new level of messy. Brooklyn likely would not agree with that plan, and I don't blame her. There's also a chance Chase could accidentally overhear Tracy's plan. If that happens, buckle up. Chase would have every reason to be furious. He could confront Tracy, call her out, and make it clear that this kind of family protection is not protection at all. Tracy often thinks 5 moves ahead, but sometimes her love for her family turns into control. That's the problem. She may believe she's doing what needs to be done, but her plan could blow up in everyone's face. And if Chase hears even part of it, the fallout could be ugly. The bigger question, who is really guilty? The accident mystery is starting to pull more people into its orbit. Jordan is angry. Curtis is investigating. Turner has suspicions. Sonny may become an unlikely sounding board. Tracy may try to interfere. Brooklyn and Chase could end up caught in the emotional blast zone. That's a lot of moving parts. The big question is whether the truth comes out cleanly or gets buried under another round of lies. Knowing Port Charles, I'd bet on the second option before the first. Nobody makes things simple here. People protect family. People cover tracks. People panic. And then someone like Dante starts asking questions, and suddenly the whole house of cards starts wobbling. Wednesday, May 6th, looks like another tense day for General Hospital fans. Sonny's warning to Ethan could spark a bigger conflict. Dante may be pushed toward a new investigation after talking with Liz. Curtis and Jordan seem ready to keep chasing answers. Turner may look to Sonny for insight into a troubling suspicion. Laura faces a meeting she never wanted, and Tracy's possible